What's going on, guys? Today, I want to talk about streamers, and more specifically, the streamer, rapper, content creator niche that has started to emerge these past few years. The focus of this video will mainly be DDG and Blackboy Max. So, obviously, DDG sort of, was the first pioneer that I can really think of that was really making waves as a content creator and a rapper and wearing both hats. Obviously, he went through that phase where he's trying to only be the rapper, but then later, came around to still being a content creator and not letting the label of content creator influencer really bother him as much. And right now he is on tour and he is doing something pretty unique that I don't believe has been done before, at least not to the extent in which he's doing it. And that is the streaming of all his shows and stuff and kind of involving his audience, whether or not they buy tickets or not, in the tour process, which seems to be doing pretty well from what I've seen. He's selling out venues. I mean, granted, they are not arenas or anything, but nothing wrong with, packing out appropriately sized venues for people that are willing to buy the tickets. And like I said, combining that with the streaming as well and streaming each of his shows, and I believe it's every show, just kind of a cool, smart way to involve his fans, even ones who either maybe don't want to go, he's not really performing close to, or just maybe they don't have money to go to the show. For whatever the reason might be, I think is still cool that he's involving those fans. And on Twitter/X, you can see people kind of giving him his flowers and basically patting him on the back for the what he's been able to do with his career so far, specifically helping forward that like streamer rapper niche and kind of helping take away the stigma and like showcasing how successful you can be. Like I said, I mean, it looks like he's selling these shows out and he's having a good time and the tour is going well for him. So that's awesome to see. And at the very least, I'm glad that whoever comes after him will be able to, look at what DDG did and maybe bring their own unique spin on it and approach the content creator rapper space differently, or whatever it might be. It just brings forth many possibilities for whoever ends up being inspired by DDG down the line. And then you have Blackboy Max, who obviously is also in that content creator and rapper space and producer, I guess you would say too. And obviously he, really kind of made it cool/popular to be making the music on stream. I don't think he was the first person to do that, but I would say he popularized doing it. And obviously that's something that's a little out there as far as like making music. I mean, he even has said at one point that he doesn't really make his own music on stream because you have all of that instant feedback from the chat and stuff, which obviously might not really end up helping the overall product and just kind of make you second guess yourself or go back on decisions just because of peer pressure from the chat. And obviously when the internet is telling you to do something, like the odds of that necessarily being the best advice isn't really that super high. So I understand not wanting to make music on stream. And I think he kind of just makes those songs that he does do on stream just kind of their own thing and not like part of these giant projects or anything. So, that makes sense. But he recently performed at Rolling Loud, which is obviously a huge get and a huge career milestone for anybody, specifically for someone coming from that like streamer world who is, it's only been a couple years maybe since that he's really popped off and really, carved out his own niche and audience. So a Rolling Loud show is pretty impressive, no matter how you look at it. I will say though, I feel like I've been seeing lots of positive stuff about what DDG's been doing and either neutral/negative things about Blackboy Max. I mean, the thing that comes to mind quickest is for his Rolling Loud set, a fan being the someone, their phone ended up on stage and he like recorded a video and then straight chucked it into the crowd, which I think is just that was kind of stupid. I mean, if the phone is on stage, that person's probably relatively close to the stage, and you just yeeted a phone through the air, and it's probably going to hit some random person, and if you're unfortunate, it might hit them in the head or something. I don't think that happened, but overall, I just thought that was a dumb move, and a lot of people seem to kind of agree that that was kind of stupid of him to do, especially because the person who put the phone on there isn't the one getting hit. Not that that would make it better, but it's going to be some unsuspecting person in the crowd that's probably not even really paying full attention, or at least they're not looking out for a phone that's about to come, screaming at them from the stage. So I think that was dumb. And then you also just have a lot of people kind of clipping corny things that he's been saying or cringy moments. He recently danced to a song. I can't remember what song it is, but he's doing some weird dance, and like I don't want to say like, oh, you can never dance or have fun or do anything that isn't aura farming 24/7, but it just seems that the masses are not as like appreciative of what Blackboy Max is currently doing, even though he's making his own moves that are in similar like leagues to what DDG is doing, and he is getting lots of praise a lot. So I just think that this is kind of going to be a weird transitional period for this like rapper, streamer slash content creator niche. And you're going to see kind of what works and what doesn't. And if this is really something that is going to be viable in the long term. I mean, are these the only guys that are going to end up popping off, or like will the people that come after them, the ones that are inspired by them, honestly have a very solid chance at making their own audience and kind of doing it their own way? I mean, you even have legacy artists like Kid Cudi and Wiz Khalifa streaming now, because if you want that buzz around your name, that seems to be one of the better ways to ensure that it happens, is by having these streams, having organic moments, and that is what people are looking for. Obviously, like I said, I don't think that everyone is going to want to do that, so it'll be interesting to see if this ends up being more of a go-to move for people down the line, or if you kind of see the same split as you do now. Because I know that's always been a thing as far as artists not wanting to be content creators, because that is a completely different role slash job, and I completely understand that's not what you really want to do. It sort of just kind of comes with the territory and is really the only way to gain an audience and gain a following. So by that, you're kind of just forced to, if you really, really want to have success. But that's not everyone's cup of tea, let alone in streaming their entire creative process, or even just streaming period, and having those like unfiltered moments and unfiltered access from your fans. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that the streamer wave is only just starting? Do you think this is the beginning of it, and we are bound to see more and more people that are entering the game through that channel? Or do you think that, I mean, let's be real, it's the internet, and when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, who are you? Like, they don't really have too many loyalties, especially like you get one like corny allegation or something along those lines, and all of a sudden the entire internet is dunking on you for no reason, when maybe a week or two before they were doing the opposite and being rocking with you completely. So let me know what you guys think. I'm very interested to see down the line how many more rappers will follow in these footsteps, or if this is sort of like a fad for the moment and it ends up kind of going away. But like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for listening. If you did, I'll catch you later. Peace.